Okay, so I want to show you something else you can do with your free Airtable account, okay? And then how that could translate into the Trader Journal template that you get as a member. So I bake bread um, from fresh milled flour. It's definitely a new passion of mine, and I'm wanting to keep track of the recipes I make and the notes on those recipes. So I created a new table. You do that by clicking here. So if you click there, you can add a new airbase. Okay. Start from scratch is actually what I clicked. And you are given a little bit of some choices. What I like to do in my Airtable account when I create a new Airtable is I click this first column and I choose auto number at the bottom because it has to have a unique identifier. The easiest way for me, in all honesty, I just do the auto number. I never really use that. This is for when databases talk to other databases. You can pull this record based off its auto number or off its unique identifier. I just do it by auto number. Date also would make sense, right? Um, so, and then I create this column called recipe. And what's happening here is something you can use in your trade journal. So I called it recipe. I made the type a single select because I only would need to choose one. So single select. It's either that recipe or it's not, right? These are the recipes I've made so far as basic bread. I've made a double chocolate bread. The apple cinnamon was amazing. And the French bread is awesome. And then you just simply click the plus button if you want to add additional recipes. Once again, this will come in handy in our trade journal. And then I have a notes field that is long text. Okay. So if I double click one of these, a bigger box will come up. And then I have a little same text box, but I called future changes. What would I want to do different the next time I make this recipe? If you wanted to have a field with your recipe, you could. If you wanted to include pictures, you could. So let's hit the plus button. So like if you wanted to keep a record of the pictures of your recipe, you could easily do that. One of these is attachment right there, attachment. And then you could create that. Okay. And then I can drag and drop a picture right into here. In fact, let me just screenshot this actually, let me screenshot this little section here. Copy. Actually, come on. I want to screenshot this. We're going to copy. And then I could just come into here and hit paste and it'll upload that picture for me. So that way I could have an easy picture. It also has Airtable also has a app, of course, that you can do that as well right from your phone. So this is the basic little setup here. And as I do recipes, I'll do them here. Now, what you want to do is you want to right click here in this area and you want to hit duplicate view. Okay. So it'll duplicate all of those records. Okay. So I did that here. I duplicated it and I said, you know what? I only want to see everything for the basic bread. So what do? Is you come in here and you click this filter and you want to filter it by recipe where the recipe is basic bread. And that way I have everything for the basic bread here. So let's do this again. I'm going to duplicate this table. I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. And let's call this one, I'm going to right click again and rename apple cinnamon. All right. So I need to come in here and hit filter, add a condition where the recipe is apple cinnamon. And now the next time I make apple cinnamon and I do a new entry, it will automatically appear here. Let's do that one more time. So let's duplicate view. And once again, this will come in handy in our trade journal. So we're going to add condition where the recipe is French bread. Okay. Then I'm going to come in here and rename this French bread. Okay. Then I did another view called by recipe. So what that did is it divided them out like that. And all I did is I clicked group it by recipe. And now they're grouped by recipes if I just wanted to see them all in one view as well. So how would this be helpful with our trade journal template? So let's switch over here to the trade journal template. And that is by doing special days. So let me double click this. Once again, it's a single select and you might want to keep track of how is your trading on specific days. Okay. Option expiration the day before option expiration, the day after a bank holiday, NFPs, CPIs, however you would want to do it. This is just like the recipes. Okay, then I could come over here and duplicate this view and say, okay, I now want this to be filtered where the special day is, let's just say FOMC. I don't have any of those in my sample. But if I did, it would only show up here, just like if it was in the recipes. Does that make sense? So this is a great way that you could do recipes if you wanted, right? There might be a use for that. And then you can do that, translate that same thought process into tracking your special days. Like here's a non-farm payroll because I put a couple sample non-farm payroll days, and you can come in and look at your journal entries for those specific days. I hope that was helpful. If you like what we do here, like, subscribe, check us out at microstrader.com.